the opening ceremony will be on the Seine River, 6 kilometers, 80 to 90 boats, 200 athlete delegation, live images from the athletes on the boat. Will be using a finger cam, but it communicates as an IP device using a private 5G network. That will be the first time we do that. I'm Bertrand Rojat from Orange, and you are watching TI Talks. So I'm Bertrand Rojat, I'm the Chief Technology Officer of Orange Events, and we are the entity within Orange that will operate all the infrastructure that we are deploying for the Olympics. So we are the official telecom supplier for the Olympics, the single operator to provide all connectivity and communication services for the Olympics. 35 competition venues, another 35 major sites, can be the Olympic Village, the International Broadcast Center, the Press Village. So we connect all these sites for all the needs using a full IP network or a single IP network for all the needs. You must recognize the Eiffel Tower on Champ de Mars. It will be one of the competition venues for the Olympics. And what we are showing here is typically what Orange will deploy on each and every competition site for the Olympics. And of course we provide service platform, for example, video surveillance, access control, ticketing control, push-to-talk services for the organizers, video production services for the Olympic broadcast system. The Olympics are the biggest event in terms of audience. The next one after the Olympics is the FIFA World Cup. If you look at from a volume of data or a computing power which is required to run the competition, there is a ratio of about 50 between the FIFA World Cup and the Olympics. So it's 50 times more complex to run the Olympics. It's because of the number of sites, because of the number of competition, because if it is only 2 weeks for the Olympics, 10 days for the Paralympics, where, for example, for the FIFA World Cup, you have 6 weeks. So much more time to run the competition. It is much more athletes, much more journalists, much more media, much more broadcasters. Everything is XXL in terms of size. And that's what makes the complexity, the challenge of running the Olympics. But it's also an opportunity for us to bring new technologies, new services. Just to give you a few examples, personal communication, push-to-talk. You need push-to-talk for the organization to exchange information and so on. We are bringing a brand new push-to-talk technology which is using our mobile network. Instead of having a dedicated network and dedicated push-to-talk terminal, we'll be using a smartphone and our mobile network, which makes the deployment much easier. You don't need to have specific equipment, and also you provide automatically a full coverage of all the venues, so which is very efficient for the organization. And we use for that a special mechanism on our network to make sure that they have priority of service when they want to communicate. We'll have 13,000 terminals deployed on all the venues to run the service. It will be the first time ever that we do that on a mobile network. Other example is if we are talking spectators in many venues will be able to have audio commentary live on their smartphone, real time, to understand what's going on the venue. So it will be the first time ever that it is being done in a large scale. At Orange, we bring the technology to make it happen. And the technology is a real-time platform and real-time network thanks to our fiber and to our 5G network. There will be also telespectators. And for telespectators, what we intend to do is to bring very immersive images. We are working with the Olympic broadcast system. And for example, for the opening ceremony, you know that the opening ceremony will be on the Seine River, 6 kilometers, 80 to 90 boats, 200 athlete delegation, live images from the athletes on the boat. We can't use regular cameras. We'll be using a finger cam. That finger cam works with a smartphone. We can also use the camera on the smartphone, but it communicates as an IP device using a private 5G network to provide live images from the boat. That will be the first time we do that, and that will be the only way we can provide such images. Many times people are asking that, why do we need 5G? This is a very good example of why we need 5G. And what we have done is to enhance our network with our latest technology in terms of dynamic allocation of spectrum to maximize the use of the network, to maximize the efficiency of the network, to provide the right quality to all the spectators. And this is how we offer a very good experience when it comes to share photos, videos during the events. We strongly believe that with these technologies, we will simplify the way we do production. We expect to have these technologies to become mainstream for production. I mentioned about push-to-talk. Push-to-talk can be used later on for security services in many different cases. When I talk about audio commentary, that's something that can be used in many other situations like big convention centers and so on. So we have many opportunities to use these services later in other situations. Also the fact that we are stretching our networks to provide a full IP connectivity means that tomorrow we can do it for corporate customers as well. The same for 5G. Being able to operate private 5G in a broadcast environment makes us very comfortable that we can operate it in a more industrial environment. Orange, we are a key component, but we need to work with the ecosystem. Ecosystem means other technologies that we are getting, for example, from Cisco, from Intel, from iVision for the broadcasting part. So we have to work with the ecosystem. That's very key because you can't do things by yourself. And the second thing is planning, because if you want to be ready for the D-Day, you need to plan very much ahead of time. We have been working on this project for 4 years now because we have to select the technology, design the technology, train the people, get the people ready to operate during the event. And all this needs a lot of planning. So it's planning and ecosystem. That's the two key words to make it happen. I'm really looking forward to go and see sports in venues that are just amazing, like Champ de Mars, like Grand Palais, so fencing in Grand Palais, beach volley in Champ de Mars. And so this is what I'm looking for. But of course, Stade de France, because, to see the 100 meter sprint is just amazing. So I'm looking for these very different experiences, which will be very amazing because Paris will be a big venue for the Olympics.